Gresham Middle School. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Scout.
Today's Thursday, February 10th, and welcome to your GNN.
Please join us for a moment of silence.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the Gresham mission statement. The mission of Gresham Middle School is to develop responsible, lifelong learners by encouraging all students to reach their potential. Please be seated. Students, make sure you're at school on time. Students who are tardy without a medical excuse will be receiving silent lunch.
What's for lunch today?
Chicken and rice bowl.
We are still collecting food for the Super Bowl food drive. Turn in your canned food at all entrances. The competition will end Friday, February 11th.
Yoke meets at 6:30 every Tuesday here at Gresham.
Let's say the new learner attributes. Be curious, be determined, be engaged, and be reflective. And don't forget, be safe, be responsible, be respectful, and be kind.
Good morning, Gresham Middle School. And for Black History Month today, Ms. Jernigan will be interviewing this music producer by the name of Glenn Graham. He has a local studio where he records great music. Listen up, you'll find out all he's accomplished.
So I guess our first interview question is going to be, what is your current career path right now, and what kind of got you started and motivated on that?
My career path. So I currently run a podcast called 9-5 Killers, and it is about people who have killed their day jobs to pursue their passion. And I'm on my 4th season, and what I do with that whole thing is I make sure that the people that what got me motivated is just like the way, how do I put this so the kids don't take this the wrong way? You know how sometimes you go to school and you have this idea that when you get out of school, there's going to be some job waiting for you that's amazing. And then you start to realize that what you think is amazing is not what you see in the workforce. So that's the best way I could describe it. What I do now is I do consulting for different businesses. I try to help them. I'm on a path even now, still growing. Just started my YouTube channel. And what I'm hoping to do with that is to let people know, like with the skills that I've learned from working all of these jobs, it hasn't been a waste, because I can teach other people how to become more independent and not have to rely on one source of income. So that's my major goal.
That is epic. That actually ties in perfectly with our next question. As a child, what were you hoping to become?
As a child. See, as a child, it was different, because when you're a child, whatever you want to be is usually just making your parents proud. Like that's pretty much what it was. I always wanted them to be proud of me, but it wasn't until I gave up that fantasy or that illusion of making my parents proud. Like, my parents will be proud of me as long as I'm doing what makes me happy. But I thought that I had to do the traditional things, like if I didn't want to be a doctor or a lawyer or things of that nature that maybe might be looked upon as something prestigious when I was growing up, I thought that I was letting them down. But once I got to understand that I had to be myself and do what I felt that I wanted to do with my life, that's when I really started to focus on, instead of making other people happy, what makes me happy.
And what do you feel was your greatest adversity? What was the hardest thing for you to overcome?
That's daily, like life in general. Like, I don't think that I can think of something that's a major adversity, because what I go through, many people go through, and that is, for example, the way we are taught things are, and then seeing what the reality is. So let's say, for example, when I was in school, it was taught if you work really hard, you can get wherever you want, but realizing that sometimes you have to be strategic. It's not always a straight line. So that's what my biggest adversity is, realizing that life is not like a straight line. It's different. There's different things that happen, and you have to be able to adapt with the times and learn as you grow.
Is there anything that's really shaped your mindset as you've gone forth with your career?
Yes. What I would say that shaped my mindset is you are responsible for where you end up. Like, nobody else is responsible. So even if you feel like something is not fair, and we can all talk about things that are not fair, long lines at the bank, whatever it is, like you're responsible. So when you realize that you're responsible, then you know that there's no use complaining about it. You have to figure out a way, no matter what, to even the odds or to find the upper hand in whatever the situation is, because no one is there. And so that's my biggest takeaway that I've learned in mindset.
And my kids had asked me to kind of put this one in there. Was there one interview that you were just the most excited about doing, or one that you were really nervous about doing?
Well, I would say that I used to turn down interviews. If you would have asked me to do this interview like probably 4 years ago or so, about 5 years ago, I probably would have turned it down because I have this fear of public speaking. And so it wasn't even that I was so I turned down probably 2 interviews in my life that I wish I could have done it again. But what I learned is that I just have to be myself. I have to figure out how to get comfortable. So I have to get comfortable because there's things that I wanted to express to the world, but I realized that there's no way for me to express them if I'm running away. And so one of my fears that I've overcome is public speaking. So that was my most hardest thing. So figuring out how to overcome that fear and working on it. And I'm still working on it every day.
And that's really funny that you say that, because that is definitely my students' biggest fear.
That's it for the morning news, as Ms. Parker always says.
All right, boys and girls, it takes hard work, plus determination, plus self-discipline to equal success. And success you shall reach here at Gresham Middle School. Let's have a great day.